What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. I saw a reel that I wanted to discuss because to me it made no sense. So I like to just throw things out there and see what people say. And then I had a little experience as well in my own personal life. Of course, this was back in high school, back in 94, 93, somewhere in there when this happened to me. But I just want to throw this out there, what I saw, and see what y'all think. I saw a reel on Facebook where a lady was telling women to, in order to gauge how your man, how he feels about you, she literally said to create a problem, one that don't even exist. Just make up something, tell him you got a nail in your tire, tell him you smashed your finger. And I believe those were the two examples that she used. Nail in the tire, smash your finger in the door, to see how he responds. Based on his response, that will let you know how he feels about you. Ladies, let me tell you something right now. Don't buy in to that malarkey and try that stunt. I'm gonna say it again. Do not buy in to the nonsense that some of these so-called friends of y'all's, these ladies on social media, is giving you all about how to see if your man cares about you or not. Number one, the moment that you manipulate a situation in order to see if he cares about you, there's not a real situation. You're just taking her advice, sitting there in your car, sitting there in the beauty salon, and you're thinking of what can I come up with to see if Tyrone flies to my rescue and take care of the situation. The moment you manipulate the situation, remember this. He's going to see that there was not a real issue. That's what you have to keep in mind. So the moment that you make up an issue, he's going to see that you manipulated the situation to see if he really cared about you. And that's going to go against the grain of how he see your respect for him is. And we must remember that men are now valuing respect over love, because love is just going to be how y'all feel at the moment. Respect normally lasts longer term. So that's kind of the catchphrase right now. We want respect over love. So if you manipulate a situation and he finds out that that situation did not even exist, his respect for you is going to go down, and how he see your respect for him is going to go down. That's number one. Number two, this is going to be brief. Don't forget about the boy that cried wolf. For those of you that remember that story. Little boy go out, hanging out by the forest. He yells wolf. All the men come, and I'm paraphrasing. He said, "I'll psych your mind." I'm joking. They go back. They go back home. He go back to the forest. Screams again, "Wolf, wolf! I'm in danger!" Blah blah blah. All the village men come out. He show up. Psych your mind. Ha ha ha. He. As y'all ladies say, kikiing. That's what he was doing. Kikiing down there by the trees. Third time, a wolf really did show up. He screamed out wolf. The dudes in the town was like, nah. Little Tommy, he think he gonna get us jumping up and down like we did before. We not doing it. It really was a wolf tore his behind up. So don't forget about the boy that cried wolf. Number three, y'all's timing to pull that stunt, because then when you're thinking that way, your timing is going to be the most ridiculous timing in the world. Is probably going to set him off. And then you're going to feel like he don't care about you. For example, today, my son has a baseball game. believe it starts at 6:30, 7:30, whatever. He has a baseball game. If somebody was to, and so let's just say when I get off work, let's say it's at 7:30, and I get off work at 7:20, and I tell the girl that I'm interested in, when I get off, and I get off late today, I'm going to my son's game. Okay, she understands. She know I normally get off 7:15, 7:20, whatever. When your mind is thinking that silly, guess what time she gonna call to pull that stunt? 7:30. Because she wanna see where do I rate in Professor X's mind when I tell him I have a problem. Now I already told you that my son has a game. Now you're gonna come up with you got a flat tire, which is on the other side of town, to check my admiration for you. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. And again, when I show up to take care of that flat tire, to go back to the game and then tell my son later, I'm sorry I missed the first 2 innings, but Keisha Bone had a flat tire, so I went and take care of that. He understands as a man, okay, Dad was doing what he had to do. But when I show up and your tire ain't flat, I told this story before in another video. I was dating a girl in high school, and she told me that her time of the month, her period, whatever, it didn't come. And so I'm like, all right, what's the deal? What we need to do? She went and took 2 or 3 tests. I didn't see this. This is what she told me. She said, I took 2 tests. They both came out saying I'm pregnant. And I believe I don't know if I was a junior about to be senior or senior. I think I might have been a senior. I can't remember. But immediately I was like, man, boy. So I went to talk to the school counselor. I went to try to sign up for the military. And at the same, I did like 3 things like within a 4-day period. I went and talked to the counselor, went and talked to a recruiter, and went to a town that had like factories that was 30 miles away to try to go ahead and quit school early so that I could immediately go to work. The only thing that I didn't do was talk to my parents, which I was going to. That was once I got my job set up and everything, and I knew how I was going to pay for the child, I was going to talk to my parents to see if they could raise the child, because I knew she wanted to go ahead and go to nursing school, and there was a lot that was going on there. So I was like, I'll just raise the child so he or she would be around me, the father, the mom, go ahead and go to nursing school, and then when she's done, we'll figure something out. That's what I was going to do. I never wanted my child to grow up away from me, period. So when I went and told her that I had talked to the counselors or whatever, and then have actually secured a job in another town, was talking to the recruiter, that's when she decided to tell me that she never was pregnant. She just wanted to see how I felt about her. Now, mind you, before she told that lie, remember I told you she was wanting to go to nursing school. She had to go to a city about 50 miles away from where we stayed and take care of some business to sign up for the nursing program and get all the information. At the time, I had a car that my dad had got me for my 16th birthday, which is pretty much like it was like a 77 Toyota Corolla, but I mean, it was the bottom of the barrel. I mean, somebody had to jerry rig a push button start, just, yeah, it was about, my dad might have paid $400-500 for the whole car. And so I'm driving that car. This was before she told me now. I'm driving that car down the interstate into another town. I'm doing all these things where she could already see Professor X really cares about me. She overlooked that to try to say, I'm pregnant. Wait a minute. Now that I see what you're willing to do, let me go ahead and tell you I was joking. I just wanted to see if you really love me or not. And that was the end of that. That was the end of that. I walked away from it. Because my respect in her and my trust in her for my life, my thoughts, my feelings, my time, my energy. I'm going 30 miles down the interstate in the other direction one way to try to get a job at a factory to help raise a child that's not even coming. I'm talking to counselors about getting out of school because of a child that's not even coming. So ladies, don't take that silly advice. You take that advice and be ready for that man to walk out the door. I'm just telling you. Do not manipulate a situation to try to see if Tyrone really cares about you. Look at what he's already doing if you want to know if he cares about you. He's men that care about you. We're doing something. Look at whatever that is. Now, if y'all just a fling, forget about it. We're talking about somebody in a serious relationship. You ain't got to test this man. Because if you're going to do something like that, more than likely, you're already the problem. Y'all get in the comments and tell me what y'all think. If you have anything you want me to get my perspective on, put it in the comments, and I appreciate it. Y'all be blessed.